Hello and welcome to AutoBio. This video is going to cover how to register your first car on the AutoBio Tags site. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is open a web browser and navigate to autobiotags.com. So that's where we are. Once you've landed here on the home page, you're going to go over to that top navigation bar and we're going to click on the little person icon. Before we can register a tag, we need to sign into the site. So if you already have a login to our site, just go ahead and enter your username and password. If you don't have a login, we're going to sign up for an account right now. Okay, but let's pretend we're doing this for the first time. So the first thing we need to do is choose a username. The thing to know about this is that this username will be forward-facing. So people on the web will see your username. So make sure it's something that you're comfortable with. It can be, something that kind of is fun for you, or I think we're going to use today, let's use storyteller. Okay, now this username cannot be changed. So once you do it, give it some thought, make sure it's what you want, and then type it in correctly. It cannot contain any spaces in the username. So for instance, if I have an extra space at the end, but you can't see it, the system will still reject it. So make sure that that is tight. If I wanted a space, you know what I could do? I could go in here and add an underscore in between those two words. I could also add capitalization if I care to. You can add numbers or special characters. So that's kind of how that works. But let's go back to just being regular old storyteller, all lowercase. Okay, next we need to associate your username with an email address. And this is going to be the email address that we use, if you lose your password or things like that. So make sure it's something you can access. And then you need to choose a password. So let's do anything that works for you. Okay, next we have to hit I agree to the terms and conditions, and we're going to go ahead and create our account. Let's see how it works. Okay, we're in. This is exciting. Great. Now let's just do a little bit of navigation while we're here. Let me show you around. So your garage is where all of your cars that have AutoBio tags are going to live. So we're going to come back to this in just a minute and add our first car. But up here also, you can go ahead and go over and check your saved cars. So when you're on the site and you see that little bookmark button, you can hit that, and this is where your saved cars will live. We don't have any saved cars yet. Then there's the About Me section. You'll notice when I clicked on About Me, this popped up as well as this. Okay, those little picture icons. So I can go in here and change my profile picture to be something other than the default brand stripes. And I can also change the picture that could be back here. A good long landscape photo works well for that one. So that's a little ways that you can customize your profile. You can also, if you choose, enter your location. You don't have to. And then you can tell us a little bit about yourself, like I love cars, hang out with my dad in the garage. Oops. Young and never left. You could tell us a little bit about what type of cars you like. Some folks who use this for their business might talk about their business or what type of services they offer. You can really put anything there. Okay, so let's hit save on that. So that was our little bio under the About Me section. And now we're going to go back to Garage. Okay, here's the important part. It tells you how to add your first car. But before we can add anything, we need to locate the envelope that you received when you placed your order with AutoBio tags. Okay, it looks like this. Okay, it comes in the mail. So if you do not have that envelope yet, or you're still waiting for it to arrive in the mail, hit pause on this video because you do need this actual envelope to move forward. Let's see what's inside. Okay, so in it, they give us, there's a info card. Okay, this card actually goes through all these instructions on the back. So if you prefer a written version, you can go through those. It's everything that I'm telling you right now. And also inside is this small envelope. Okay, this is a square small envelope, and in it is your tag. So go ahead and take out that tag. It looks like this because it's on a backer. Okay, And we're gonna go ahead and gently peel back that number because I need that tag ID. And again, you're gonna find that right here below the QR code. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enter it. It's AC, this one happens to be 48869. Okay, make sure that that is accurate. Double check it. Yes, looks good. The next thing it asks for is my PIN. That PIN is found right on this little envelope, and it tells me that PIN is 769. So the system is going to make sure that those two things match, and then let's go ahead and hit add, and we're going to add our tag. All right, the first thing that I always tell people to do is to enter the year, make, and model of their vehicle, and then we're going to hit save. That's going to lock those things to your tag. Okay, so let's see, I'm going to do a 1975. We're going to do a Porsche. Let's see, it should be on here. Yes. Okay, and then my model is going to be a 911 Turbo, and this is an enter field, not a drop down. Now let me just show you while we're here. In these drop downs, what if your car is earlier than 1950? No problem. We definitely take cars that are earlier than 1950. So scroll all the way down and go to Other, and it will let you enter whatever year you like, even if it's a half year. Okay, so that's something to know. I'm going to go back here to my 1975. Scrolling through. Perfect. Okay, same with your make. What if your make is not listed in all of these ones? There's an Other button. Okay, so you can just use that as you like. So now that we did year, make, and model, we're going to hit save on that. We're going to come back and do more things, but right now I just like to save that, and that now has created our link to our tag with our car. Okay, so those things are linked. Now, up here, the system has defaulted to my username and then car with an exclamation point. Just know that this can be changed. This is kind of your vehicle nickname. If you don't name your vehicle, give it something cool like Red Hot or My Favorite or I don't know, whatever. So I'm going to go in here and be like Daily Driver. Okay, the next thing we want to do is add a featured photo. You're going to add many more photos after this, but we're just going to start by adding one so that one will show up at least on your profile. So we're going to click into that plus sign, and I have my photo saved here. We're going to select it, and we're going to hit open. Takes a minute to upload your photo, and there it is. Okay, looks awesome. So now let's go down here, and let me show you some more of the fields. When you're ready to add more photos, you're going to go through that same process right here. Next, we can add things like body style, exterior color, interior trim. You can see all these. These are just fill in the blank forms, okay? So you can just add those, and they're all optional. So if you choose not to add, for instance, your transmission or drivetrain layout, your profile is just going to collapse naturally. It's not going to leave a bunch of holes. So that's kind of nice. So these are still all of the fill-in fields, okay, for all the specs of your car. Now, you also have the option to link this out to your social channels. So if you want to put in your Facebook URL or your Instagram URL, same with YouTube, Twitter, or any website that you want to link to. Go ahead and open those profiles, grab the entire URL and paste it in there. That's the best way to do it. You can't just add your username and then expect it to go. It actually needs the full URL. Okay, and then you can also add any accolades that your car may have or car clubs that you belong to. And then down here is where we get into some of the more fun part, I think, which is describing your car and then telling us, why you own it, what you love about it, features you love, what it's like to drive. And each of these fields has some text formatting. So if you want to underline or bold some things or even create a hyperlink in there, you can do that. So I'm going to just type in here, it's like magic. Okay, and then we are going to go ahead and hit save so we can see kind of how some of these things come up. My best ride yet will be our headline. Okay, now let's go ahead and hit save changes. and then I want to show you how you're going to get back to it. So we can go a couple of different ways to get back there, but right now it gives us the option to just go ahead and pull up our garage. So it says success. And now we're back into this main page that I showed you at the beginning. We're still logged in. We're in the garage. And if I scroll down here, what you're going to see is your car. This is what we put on here. So here's that beautiful picture, year, make, and model. Here's the headline that I gave it. Now let's view this profile in the search. Okay. So let's go ahead, and if we wanted to look for this in amongst all of the other cars, let's do 1975 and see what comes up. All right, now it'll pull up any car or any profile that mentions 1975. So somewhere in these it mentions 1975, but here's ours that we did. Let's view it. Okay, great. So here's all the information that we put in. That was that catchy headline that we wrote, my best ride yet. And this is the only text field I filled in. Remember, we said it's like magic, I never want to stop driving this car. But it did not pull up any of those other fields because we left them all blank, okay? Except for year, make, and model, which are right there. So we can go back. Now we're going to probably want to go back and view into our profile. So let's go back up here to our storyteller profile and hit manage profile, because maybe now I'm ready to go enter some of those other details about this car. Manage profile takes me right back here. We're going to go into our garage. All right, we're going to scroll down to the tile that has the right car. Again, if you had multiple cars with tags, they would all be lined up here like little tiles. And look right here, this says edit. This is where we want to go if we want to make changes to that profile at any time. And it'll take us right back into that story builder. So we can fill this in. So let's say for body style, let's say we're just going to write two-door. Okay, and let's put gray. Now maybe you have a fancier color name than gray, that's great, but for now let's just do gray. All right, and let's save those changes again. Always hit save. Okay, now let's go view that profile, shall we? Let's scroll all the way down. And instead of going into our garage, it gives me the option to view profile. You can view it as other people are going to see it on the site. Okay, here it is. Now, what was it that we changed? Oh, yep, see, here it is. We added two-door body style, and we added the exterior color gray, and it's right there. So that is how you register a car on AutoBio-Tags.com. I hope that you found this useful. If you have more questions after this, you can always find us at info@AutoBio-Tags.com, and we will get back to you. Thanks so much.